Tes Amud Beis.
All right. Machlokes if a cloth that was folded over. What do you say?
We're at Tes Amud Beis in the bottom.
Yeah. I'm just chazering. I was just trying chazer from the day before, just to get. I'm just saying, machlokes if a cloth is folded over and not singed, is it tamei, and if it can be used as a wick. Then the Gemara says why they disagree on whether it's tamei, meaning if it's folded over and it doesn't have the measurement only because it's folded over, or why they disagree on whether it can be used as a wick. Daf Tes Amud Aleph is no lighting with a wick that's not singed. Different scenarios of noilad, right? Using a what do you call it? Not a seed, a pit for fire after you finish eating it. And then we discussed using pits of fruit as fuel on Shabbos, and then using garments 3 by 3 tefachim. And then we continue that, and filling a jar with oil that drips into the candle. That's the Mishna on Tes Amud Beis. And above, putting the earthenware above and putting a jar of oil next to a candle. Why we need all 3 cases? People are careful when mitzvahs can use these contraptions. Case of dragging chairs on the floor. And machlokes of Reb Shimon, when he says davar she'ein mischaber is mutter, does he mean not by light chairs that don't have to be dragged, that you can theoretically pick it up, right? Okay, so Chaf Tes Amud Beis, right? Talk to Mishna. We're going to attempt to do 2 blot, at least a blot and a half tonight, because we got to make up for Pesach as Hashem. So talk to Mishna. Listim. Somebody puts out a fire because he's afraid because of goyim, or mipnei listim, or because of robbers. So he wants to put out the fire so nobody knows that they're there. Mipnei ruach ra, or if somebody's having mental issues, right? And if it's black, if it's dark, he won't have the problems. Or for a chayla that needs to sleep, potter. So then he's potter, right? The Gemara is going to explain what's going on here. Kechas al aner, if he's just putting out the fire because he doesn't want to burn out his candle, kechas al hashem, or he doesn't want to use up his oil, kechas al psila, or he doesn't want to use up his wick, then he's going to be chayiv. Rabbi Yossi paiter bekulim, but Rabbi Yossi says he's pater in all of them chutz min psila except for a wick, because by a wick, when he puts it out, he wants it to become a how do you say pecham? Charcoal. Thank you. He wants it to become like a charcoal, and therefore, so it should light better. Then he wants it.
Now this is potter aval aser or not potter?
The Yossi says potter. No case here in the Mishna does it say it's mutter, which we're going to get to in the Gemara. But again, that's a good question of Toli. So again, so there's 3 cases in the Mishnah: putting it out the fire for a chayla or some form of chayla, right? Then that the Mishnah says is potter. And then the second case in the Mishnah is because you want to save money. That's the second case. There you would be chayiv. And Rabbi Yossi says potter on all cases except for if you're doing it that you want to singe the what do you call it? You want to singe the wick. Okay, so Midikatani say Zog the Gemara, right? Laman Malal. So Midikatani Sefer. I already made a bracha before, if anybody was watching me. Midikatani Sefer Chayev. This Sefer says it's Chayev Shmamin or Rabbi Yehuda. So must be it's Rabbi Yehuda who says Malacha Sheina Tzricha Legufas Chayev. Now, again, we discussed this before, but we have to just repeat it again before we continue. This Malacha Sheina Tzricha Legufa. That's what this whole sugi is about. Meaning, does a malacha have to be for the exact way that it was done in the Mishkan? Meaning, why did they ever extinguish? Extinguishing is one of 39 malachas, right? Why did they extinguish in the Mishkan? It wasn't because they wanted to put out the fire because they wanted to be dark. The only reason they did it in the Mishkan was because they wanted to save they wanted to make coals, right? So that's tzricha legufa. Here you're putting it out for a different reason. So is a malacha shein tzricha legufa chayiv or not? So Rabbi Yehuda holds that you're chayiv on it, right? So when the Sefer says chayiv, that you're chayiv, shmami no Rabbi Yehuda, it must be that the Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda and you're chayiv malacha shein tzricha legufa. And then Reish Mayaskinas, if that's the case, what's the first part of Mishnah talking about? If it's a b'chayla sheyesh b'sakana, so then mutter mibayla. It should say mutter, right? Chayla sheyesh b'sakana. It's mutter to put out a light. V'b'chayla shein b'sakana. And if it's v'chayla she'en b'sakana, so then chayiv chatas mivoyle. According to Rabbi Yehuda, you chayiv chatas, right? You're not allowed to put it out for v'chayla she'en b'sakana. So we say la'olam b'chayla she'yesh b'sakana. Really, it's by talking about a chayla she'yesh b'sakana, right? So if that's the case, then why does the Mishna say that he is potter? No, it should say mutter, but then who the listening mutter? Really, should have said mutter. Why did the way the listening say for chayiv tananami resha potter? Since the sefer is going to say chayiv because they put it out for not a good reason, right? Because they were cheap and they wanted to save oil and save wick. So chayiv and potter go together. Mutter and chayiv don't go together. So that's why it said potter, but really it should have been mutter, right? And it's talking about a chayla sheyesh b'sakana. Well, the Tanya Rabbi Ishia and B'shvil a chayla sheyesh and lo yichbavim kava potter aval aser. This that we said, Rabbi Yoshia said that if it's for a chayla that needs to sleep, don't put it out, and if you put it out, you potter aval asur. So what's that? What's he talking about? Hahi b'chayla shem b'sakana v'Rab Shimoni. That Rabbi Yoshia is talking about a chayla she'ein b'sakana, and it's according to Rab Shimon, and Rab Shimon holds that malacha she'ein tzirich l'gufa is potter, so therefore you would be potter on it too. Okay. So that's basically what the Mishnah is saying.
But
So
according to Rav Shimon, it's potter avalasar?
Yeah, Rav Shimon doesn't say Malach Hashem Gufa is mutter, right? It says potter, right? But that's why a lot of times if it's Malach Hashem Gufa, we pass them like Rav Shimon. So that's why for a chayla, sometimes, for depending on what the level of chayla is, then we might allow somebody to put out a fire for a chayla. Yeah, so Shol Shelazu Le'ela Mirav Tanchum Demin Noi. They asked this question from Rav Tanchum Demin Noi. There was something interesting in Rashi here that I thought was Negeya. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's Mamish. You can't make this up. This is really more for Rabban Horowitz. So it's saying what it says here, Le'ela Mirav Tanchum. What does that mean? They asked the question above Rav Tanchum, right? The Min Noi, that was his name. So what does it mean, La'ela? So it says here, Mamash and Yonah Deyoma. So the Rashi says, Fal Shem Shi Yiraim Liskarav Lefanav Aim de Merachak. So they were too scared to go close to him, so they stood a distance away, right? Meaning there was social distancing for whatever reason. They were scared of him, but there was Lamaisa. This Rashi says that the reason why it's La'ela from him is because they didn't want to get close to him. All right, a little bit interesting that during these times that the Gemara, we have that type of Gemara. Anyway, so Ma'al L'chabes B'tzina Denura Mekamei Be'isha B'Shabbat. So this is in Aramaic. So it's what can you extinguish B'tzina Denura of a candle Mekamei Be'isha in front of a Be'isha is a sick person B'Shabbos on Shabbos. So they basically asked in this case in the Mishnah, are you allowed to extinguish a fire in front of a sick person on Shabbos? So Pasach V'Amar. So he started first with Agada to Gemara. Ant shloima an are you shloima an chachmasma an suchla nuscha? Where is your chachma? Where is your seichel? Not only shloima are your words, Saisa your father's words. Not only that, but shloima melech, your words themselves are a stira. And then we get into some famous Gemaras here. Not yet, but soon. David HaMelech said to him, Lo Yamesim Yahalaluka. Mason cannot praise Hashem. And I'm going to praise the Mason that already died. So that's a stira. Dovid said Mason can't praise, and here it is. You are saying Mason are praised. That a live dog is better than a dead lion. So it's a stira. You yourself, Shlomo Melech, in koheles are making a stira. Is to be dead better, or is to be alive better? So the Gemara answers, like kasha, that's not a kasha. When David said Mason can't praise Hashem, a person should do all the mitzvahs he can before he dies. Since he died, he's bottled from Torah mitzvahs, and Hashem cannot be praised by him. That he by Mason, it's literally means free. Since a person dies, he becomes empty from doing any Torah mitzvahs, right? So he's saying Lo Yamesim Ya'aluka just simply because the mace can't do mitzvahs. That's this famous story with the grub before he was nifter, he was crying. So they asked him, why are you crying? He says, I'm not crying because I'm leaving this world, just so I won't be able to get any more mitzvahs. He said, even the tzitzis that I'm wearing, right? You wear the tzitzis, you're getting mitzvahs right like that, right? And then once you die, you no longer can get that. Fine. So that's what that means. What would shlomo mean when he praised being dead? When the Klai Yisrael did a chet in the midbar, Moshe stood up and said many tefillas in front of the Rebbeinu Shalom, and he didn't answer. But when he said, remember Avram, Yitzchak, and Yisrael, miyad nene, and he was immediately answered. So and wasn't Shlomo correct for saying that? Meaning clearly the dead had more schusim in front of Hashem than the live people did, right? Because the tefillas weren't answered until he brought in the people that already were nifta. Another pshat min hagashalam sar basav adam geyser gezerah savik mekaymenos savik em mekaymenos. If you have an officer, right, a human officer that makes a gezerah, so it's a savik whether anybody's going to listen or not, which is sort of the reason why they banned all minyanim and all that type of stuff, because it's a savik whether anybody listens. So therefore, they have to come out with a total ban. And if you're going to say that they do keep it when the officer is alive, mekaymenos b'maisoi. I'm sorry. It's only going to be Mekayim. They're only going to be Mekayim when he's alive. But so once he dies, they're definitely not listening. Moshe made many exeres with Tikkun Kama Takanas, and he made many Takanas of Kayamas Haim La'ilam La'ol Me'elam, and it stays forever and ever. And so Shlomo is saying, Mesim are great because people listen to them, meaning at least the Yiddish ones, that even though Moshe is long gone, Klai Yisrael still listens to his takanas. What does it mean when David HaMelech, after he did the whole Ma'aseh with Bathsheba with his nose, so he asked Hashem for a sign, he asked, do make me a sign for my good that I should know, that my enemies should know that you forgave me, and then they'll step back. So Amar David please forgive me on that avera. Amalei Mechila, you are Mechil. Amalei Asayim Hi Ice B'Chai, make me an ice in my life. Amalei Yechayacha Eini Mediyah B'Chai Shlomo Bincha Ani Mediyah. In your life, I'm not going to show you a sign, but in the life of your son Shlomo, I'm going to show you a sign. Kishabana Shlomo is based on Mikdash, Bikish Lachmas on the base of Kodesh Kodashim. When Shlomo built the base of Mikdash, he wanted to bring the Aron into the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Dafku Sharm Zabazeh, the gates closed together. Amar Shlomo Esem V'Arbi Renanos V'Loi Nenes. So he said 24 praises and he didn't answer. Pasach V'Amar, right, and we know this very, very well. So Sharm Rashechem, Finasu Pischayon L'Viyavi Melech HaKavod. He says, open the gates and let the Melech HaKavod come in. Ratu Basrei L'Mivloi, but they ran after him to swallow him up. Amar Mihu's Melech HaKavod. Who is this Melech HaKavod? Amar Lahu, Hashem Izaz V'Gibar. It's Hashem who's the strong, right? But they didn't answer. They still didn't open the gates. Chazar Amar Sushon Mashech Musu Pisrael V'Yavi Melech HaKavod. Miu's Melech HaKavod. Hashem Tzavakas Hu Melech HaKavod Tzela. V'Loi Nena. He still wasn't answered, right? Even though he said it again that it's Hashem that wants to come through. Kivan Shamar Hashem Elikim Al Toshe Pnei Mishrecha Zochel L'Chasdi David Avdecha. Once he said that pasuk, that remember David, your Eved, Miyad Nena, he was immediately answered. So from then, so you see that David's invoking David's name actually got the gates open more than using Hashem's name. So therefore, David's enemies became black, and they realized that Hashem was Meichel David, and everything was back to normal. Fine. Is it not the right thing that he said that I'm going to praise the dead, because the dead, David Melech was dead, and he got them through it. Behind the chsiv, right. So this is on the 8th day. Everybody went home, and they benched the king, Shlomo, and they went to their tents, happy. And to everything that that Hashem did for Dovid and for Klai. So this is talking about after Shlomo Melech made the Chanukas HaMikdash. So they had a 7-day party, feast, whatever you want to call it, including Yom Kippur. Right? They decided that year not to fast on Yom Kippur because it was more important to have the Seudas for the Beis HaMikdash. So they weren't sure whether they did something right. So the pasuk says that they did. Right? So they went home happy to live. So now the Gemara is going to dash in it. They came to their tents, Shematzu Nishasayim, that their wives were all Torah, they weren't Nidas. They were happy because they were able to, what do you say, bask in the glory of the Shechina. And they were happy because each one of their wives conceived and had a baby boy.
Yeah. So Shlomo Melech was good enough to tell the whole Klal Yisrael to party on Yom Kippur. That everybody listened to. But here, the Rabbanim say don't go to shul. That nobody could listen to. That's a problem, some idiots. Right?
I hear.
The whole Klal Yisrael ate on Yom Kippur.
Right. I guess to eat on Yom Kippur is that's an easier thing to listen to than not to go to Minyan for whatever. I guess. Yeah, 100%.
How long did this take place? That they got pregnant and had boys?
Yes, I don't know exactly what that means. I'm not sure. I don't know because it sounds like they were happy right then and there, right? But it must have been.
Yeah, it sounds like it was
months.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the pshan that is. Yeah.
Isha was Mazras Mechila.
Yeah, but they don't know that. At that point, they didn't know.
The Gemara says
anyways,
they could know. Or maybe it was like they were Chayzer with Shamish. I don't know.
Right? And so the Yisrael Amoy, the Ochalu Avoin, the Yom Kippurim. Right? And yeah, we were happy because he was Michael Klal Yisrael eating on Yom Kippur. Because Amar Shlomo Kila Kalav Chayu Toiv Min Ari Hameis. Okay, so now this is a famous story, right? That a dog that's alive is better than a lion that's dead. Like Rabbi Yehuda Marav said, Dam Rabbi Yehuda Marav, Mai Dechsiv Haytieni Hashem Kitzay Umidas Yamai Mahi Eida Machadal Ani. Right, so I want to know exactly when the end of my life is. Amar David Lefnei Kodesh Baruch Hu, the Gemara darshans this pasuk. Rebbeinu Shalom Haytieni Hashem Kitzay. Please let me know my end. Right, so I think the way I understand Kitzay means how am I going to die? Not when I'm going to die, but how am I going to die? I never umidas yamai. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hashem said to him, it's a gzeira in front of me, right? That you don't tell anybody what's going to be the end, how they're going to die. So he says, umidas yamai mahi. He says, at least tell me how long I'm going to live for. Don't tell me how I'm going to die, but tell me how much longer I have to live. So he says, but we don't tell anybody how long he's going to live. At least let me know what's going to be when I die. Shabbos Thomas. You're going to die on Shabbos. That much Hashem told him. So he said to him, can I at least die on Sunday so they can make a spadim? No, you can't die on Sunday because it's already time for your son's Malchus Shlomo, which starts on Sunday. So you can't go there. Vein Malchus, and we had this in Brachas. Vein Malchus Nagas B'Cheret Afilu Kum Nima. One kingdom can't overlap even for the width of a hair. Meaning one kingdom dies and then somebody takes it right over, right? So Nehemiah must better Shabbos at least.
But in the Pesukim, David had the Dustin go ahead and anoint him while he was still alive. Anoint Shlomo while he was still alive.
Right. So I think the Gemara someplace else asks that question. But I think it's just anointed him, but he didn't really take over till later. Something like that. I think that's what it answers.
David was bedridden. So okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yaakov,
somewhere.
David HaMelech was anointed before he took over the Malchus also, so it's not Shver. Shaul was still king while David was
I
anointed.
guess, right. Yeah. Anyway, so it wasn't, but
Oh,
that's what it was.
Devices.
Yeah.
And then we had her in brachas, no?
We had what? Yeah, we had this. This was, well, we didn't, yeah, we had the Gemara. I don't know if it didn't answer this, though.
No, but I thought
Okay,
that
name
was
of
the
Emma's
Gemara
better
was talking about
Shabbos.
that Amachas is not Mali Nimu.
Yes, that we had in brachas. Yes. Name Amos Erev Shabbos. Can he at least die in Erev Shabbos? Amaleki Toiv Yom Chatzirech Me'elef. Right? There's a good musa from this Gemara. One day in your Chatzirecha is better than 1,000. Toivli Yom Echad Shata Yoshev Isaac B'Torah. It's better for me one day that you sit and learn Torah. Me'elef Oilish Asut Shlomo Bincha L'Hakar L'Fnanei Hagam Mizbeach. It's better. One day of learning is more than 1,000 carbon oilers that Shlomo, your son, is going to be Magam on the Mizbeach. Fine. So David knew the only information David got was that he was going to die on Shabbos. So Kol Yom the Shabsa have a Yosef Agoras Kula Yom, which is an interesting thing. So he didn't want to die on Shabbos. So therefore, every Shabbos he would learn the entire Shabbos, so that the Rashi says, so that the Malach HaMavos won't get to him, because the Malach HaMavos can't get you if you're learning. So who Yom the Boy Lemenach?
So what, he's trying to beat the system?
He's trying to beat the system. Yeah. Yeah.
Even
exactly.
at that level when he knew so much?
That's what I'm saying. It's an interesting thing. He's trying to beat the system.
Everybody, you see that all the time by the good tzaddikim that they try to beat the system. Why is it so schwer?
All right. I mean, yeah, okay. But anyways, we learned something.
That's a lesson. You're supposed to try to beat the system. Otherwise, what are you davening for?
I guess so. If it comes to learning, at least it can't hurt, right? It can't hurt if you're going to learn. So anyways, so who yamid the boy lemenach nafshi on that Shabbos that he was supposed to die? Kom malach hamavos kamei v'lo yachalei lo yav pasuk pumi megirsa. The malach hamavos is standing over him, and he wasn't able to get him because he didn't stop learning. Like pasuk pumi megirsa, his mouth didn't stop learning. So Omar, my evedlei, what am I going to do? Havalei bustana achure basis. There was some sort of tree that was outside his house. Also malach hamavos salak ubachosh beilani. So he started shaking the tree a lot. So nafik lemirsi, he went out to look. Have a solik bedargan. He was going down the steps. If his darga misuse, it broke. Ishtik, so he stopped learning. But noch nafshi, and then he was nifta. Right. So meaning when he went to look, he didn't stop learning. He was still learning even when he went to look. It's only because the steps, the Malach HaMavos made the steps fall out from under him, and therefore he stopped learning for that second, and the Malach HaMavos was able to get him. Now just stop, pause for a second. I forgot. I think the Chavetz Chaim brings this, or somebody brings this that. And this is a very important yesod, I believe, certainly for those that are working, and that, meaning, could it be that for 25 hours every Shabbos, David HaMelech never went to the bathroom? Right? Why couldn't the Malach HaMavos just get him by the bathroom? Right? So what they say, they answer is that it doesn't mean that he stopped learning, but meaning if you stop learning only for reasons that you have to, because life requires you to stop learning, then you get the schar of learning. It's as if you still learn. Meaning you're only going to be considered a batlin if you waste your time. But let's say you would learn, and if not for going to work or whatever it is, you'd be sitting in a smedrash a whole day, or if not for going shopping or whatever it is, then you would be sitting and learning a whole day. Then you are considered like you're learning even when you stop learning. I forgot who says it, but it's a major yesod. Yeah. Anyways,
That's the Shemaisa that's going around right now. The two tzaddikim that were in the jail and they couldn't learn, they couldn't daven because the bucket of schmutz is in the middle. So they were dancing because they were potter for it. That's the big thing going on right now.
No, that's true. Yeah, sort of the same thing.
Maybe his mother sent the sheep with him into the bathroom.
Huh?
The past
way back
sheep
when,
in the bathroom.
Yeah. Anyway, so Sholach Shlomo the baby Josh. So Shlomo sent. This is another interesting. Shlomo was from the smartest ever, right? If not the smartest, I would say he sent the Shiloh to the Besmerish. I couldn't figure this out. Abba Mace Umutu Bechama. My father died. He's laying in the sun. Uklovim shel beis Abba Reivim, and the dogs of my father's house are hungry, and they're gonna want to eat David HaMelech. Ma'aseh. What should I do about it? Sholchulei chatuch nevela.
He was oinen, he couldn't paskin.
But for something, he didn't have to paskin. He could have just done it. No.
He was surrounded because he was up like any person would be.
You mean it's Tzimish, you're saying?
It's a mission.
He didn't get his chachmi yet.
Well,
What?
okay, I hear that.
He didn't get the chachmi yet.
You think he didn't get the chachmi yet?
No, the chachmi came when he was ready to the melech.
Yeah, but he still should have known what to do. I mean, this is not like a major You're right. No, I was thinking something else, that even when it's negayah to him, he wanted to ask a shayla to hear how he should handle this.
Right,
Whatever.
right.
I like Rabban, I like your teretz too. Anyways, yeah. So they told
Is this a Shabbos shayla? Because it's Shabbos?
Yeah. Well, two shaylas. Right? What you do about the dogs, and then we'll see. They told him cut up a piece of meat and put it in front of the dogs so that they eat. Right? Which is a shayla too, whether you're allowed to feed the dogs, right? And the meat may be muksabah. Right? And your father, in order you want to move him out of the sun, so put on a baby on him, or a loaf of bread, and then you can move him, which we're going to see much later on. That has to do with dinei muktzah. So you're making him like a bosses. So but based on this whole story, was Shlomo not right that a live dog gets treated better than a dead lion, right? Dovid HaMelech being the lion, and the dogs got to be able to be fed, and he was able to take meat and feed the dogs and all that. But his father, in order to move him, he had to put a kikar or a tinuk on it. Right? Fine. So that's the end of the Agadata. The bottom line is they asked him, this whole story started from, they asked him, Mishla, are you allowed to put out the candles in order for a chayla? And with the shayla that you asked us, ner kriya ner, v'nishmas shaladam kriya ner. Right? A ner is called a ner, and the neshama of a person is called a ner. Mutav techab ner shal basav adam b'nei ner shal hakadosh baruch hu. Better to put out the candle for basav adam because of the ner of hakadosh baruch hu. Meaning, we'd rather do an aveira so that this person will live and do more mitzvahs, right? Yeah. Yeah, you got it. So Rashi says, so this who do we learn out from here that this is where you're allowed to do an aveira in order to make people live, right? But that we don't have to say that, because that we know from v'chayben v'lo sheyamas b'hem, that you live by them and you don't die by them, which is again the sugya that's negayah to us. We don't die with a minion in order to save people's lives. That's what it is. We'd rather not have minion and not whatever it is that we're sacrificing in order to save lives. Saving lives is the highest priority. Okay. They wanted to hide the whole sefer of koheles because there's stiras, there's contradictions from it. So why didn't they do it? Because the beginning of it starts at divrei Torah and the end of it is divrei Torah. Right? What more is there? Paris is finally a song of the daf, right? What is the person going to be doing work that he's working under the sun? That's only when, meaning what gain do you have from your work? That's when the sun is up. There's nothing to really be gained by working. But right? But before the shemesh, meaning Rashi says, before you get up to work, you learn. So then there's going to be something good. Seifer divrei Torah, that's the beginning of koheles, and the end of the koheles is divrei Torah. The seifer davar akol nishma tzelakim yiraves mitzvah shemar kisei kol adam. Right, the last pasuk. Right, just fear God. That's what he's saying. My kisei kol adam. The whole world was only created for this person who sits and learns. A person who learns and does mitzvahs is equal to the whole rest of the world. The whole world was only created as to accompany this person, to provide him with company. It's fine. So that's why it started with Torah and ended with Torah. My Dvar says, what does it mean that there's stiras? It says it's better to be angry than to be happy. And then it says, but it's a very good thing to be happy and to laugh. That's one stira. So again, one pasuk says it's better to be angry than happy, and the other one says it's a good thing to be happy. It says I praise being happy. To simcha, what is this that you're doing? So what he means by that is it's better, right? Toiv kas, the kas, Naftali, this is what we were talking about before. Toiv kas, meaning before the call. The kas that HaKadosh Baruch Hu puts on tzaddikim ha'olam hazeh is better than the happiness that he puts on Rishoyim ba'olam hazeh. Meaning, we'll see what that means. And he says it's a good thing to be happy. He says, that's the schoik that HaKadosh Baruch Hu puts on tzaddikim ha'olam haba. To praise simcha means the simcha shel mitzvah. The simcha maza oisa, and happiness. What does this do? That simcha she'ena shel mitzvah. That simcha is not. That's not a mitzvah. The shechina will not dwell on anybody who's sad and lazy, or just stop joking around and not and kalas roish. I don't know exactly what's the difference in schayk and kalas roish, but let me tell you sicha. Not from stam schmoozing and dvarim b'telim. The only way the Shekhinah rests on anything is the dvar simcha shel mitzvah. Shenema v'ata k'china minagin v'yikanagin. The second nigin peretz v'ata k'chuna minagin v'yikanagin minagin v'ti alav yad Hashem. Okay, so Amar Rabbi Yehuda v'chein l'dvar halacha. The same thing for dvar halacha. You can't have dvar halacha unless there's simcha shel mitzvah. Amar Rav v'chein l'chalaim toiv. Same thing with if you want to have a good dream, so you have simcha shel mitzvah, you have good dreams. Right? So basically what he was saying here, and we have this a lot, is that the tzaddikim in this world might not necessarily have it good, but it's better, the kas in this world that Hashem puts on the tzaddikim, so that they'll have a great next world, is better than the happiness that he puts on Rishoyim, because Rishoyim are not going to have it good in the next world. That's why the good things happen to bad people. That's sort of what this is addressing. Fine. So what I says, sorry, I skipped the line. Aini, it's not true. Meaning the Gemara just got finished saying that in order to learn, you have to be happy. So when it says Aini, it's not true. Any Talmud Chacham that's sitting in front of his Rebbe and his lips are not dripping from nervousness or from bitterness because he's scared, is tichvena means he should be literally burnt, right? I think that's the way that's be tight. Shenever sifsais of sheshanim noitfais mar over. I'll take a mar over ela mar over, not mar over but mar over. I'll take a sheshanim ela sheshanim. Don't teach roses. Teach that they learn. Whatever it is, you see, you have to be very nervous when you learn in front of your Rebbe. Like kasha haber rabba haber talmud. One is talking about when you're learning with a Rebbe, and one is talking about stam when you're learning. So when you're learning with a Rebbe, you'd be nervous. But when it's stam learning, then you should be happy, right?
So wasn't Rebbe very famous for always saying mili?
It's the next line. Very good. It's the next line. Very good. Biba Yisema, Hava Barabbit. They're both talking about a Rebbe. One is talking about before they started learning, and one is after they started. Kihad the Rabba, very good, Akiva. Kihad the Rabba, Mekamei the Pasach, Luhulu Rabbanon. Before Rabba started giving shir, Amar Milsa the B'dichusa, Ubadchi Rabbanon. They made a joke, and to make batchanas, to get everybody in a good mood. The Saib Yosef Aimso Pasach B'Shmaitza, and then they sat down with fear, and that's when they started learning. Right. So that's a good simcha to have. But once you start learning, you got to get serious, right? Yeah. Va'af sefer mishlei bikshul ignois, and they also wanted to hide sefer mishlei. Show you dvarim saisum zeh, because the words were being sized to each other. Why didn't they hide it? Amar sefer koheles lava yininan v'ashkechinan. In koheles, we looked into it, even though there were a lot of steers, we looked into it and we found good reasons. And we're going to look into Sefer Mishlei and see, I'm sure we'll find good things. What was the stira? What was the contradictions in Mishlei? Because of Altan Ksil Kivalta, do not answer a fool the way he is saying foolish things. You should answer. So that's a contradiction. Meaning, should you answer a fool or should you just ignore him? Like Kasha, One is talking about in Divrei Torah, and one is talking about in things of the world. Somebody came in front of Rebbe. Amar lei ishtecha ishti uvanecha banai. Right? So he basically came and said that your wife is my wife and your kids are my kids. Meaning, he was basically saying that he was mazana with Rebbe's wife. Amar lei retzayin kushatishta yikos yayin. He said, you want to drink a cup of wine? So Shasta, he drank it, upaka, and then he blew up, meaning he died. And then the same story of Chia. Your mother is my wife and you're my son. That's what he told Reb Chia. Do you want to drink a cup of wine? Shasta upaka, he drank it and he blew up. Right? Amar Reb Chia. What? 1 second. Let's say. The Rebbe. I'm sorry. Yes. The Rebbe he have a matzli, right? Meaning it's Rebbe. He used to daven, right? It's good thing that Rebbe daven that his kids shouldn't be mamzerim. What does that mean? Because Rebbe used to daven. And yeah, that he should be saved from Azei Panim and people that are chutzpah. Yeah. What do we learn from this? Is that what you're asking?
It's with a Talmud Chacham. That's what it's telling you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so what? How did he answer? Right? It says don't answer. Right? The Gemara is saying.
Right.
So Mechila de Alma, you don't answer him. They didn't answer anything, right? Rebbe didn't say one word. The guy comes over and starts telling him you're Mazana, right? Right? I guess this is the source for those when certain ethnical people say your mama, right, or something like that, right? Isn't this the source for that? Yeah, Paretz is Moshe Moscow. This is the source for that. But anyway, so then they didn't answer him. They just said, "You want a drink?" They took a drink and they bust and they died.
See, I don't understand. Halachically, wasn't there a famous story from Moshe that somebody came to a wedding and tried to be ma'ar on one of the kids, and she said, "Well, I was Mazana and this kid is a mamzer." And he said, "We don't believe you. There's no Adam. There's no Adam. Why? So why is he responding? It's not a different type.
He didn't respond. That's Menachanami. He didn't respond.
You're saying
he wasn't a rush over there. That story was the mother of the chassan broke down.
All he did was say,
he's just very connected. Rabban Shlomo took care of his enemies. He didn't do anything.
He just said, "Hey, you want a drink?" He gave him
saying
l'chaim, and the guy died.
This is kivalta. You're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The guy said your wife is his wife and his kids are your kids. He said, "Let's make a l'chaim and keep them." No.
Right. He take a l'chaim. That's he ignored the whole thing. He wasn't even. Yeah. Right. But Divrei Torah ma'hi. But what about Divrei Torah? Yeah. I love this Gemara. Rabbi Gamliel said, and he dashed that in Lasid Lava, when Mashiach comes, women are gonna have a baby every day. Shenemar harav yoledus yachtov. That they're gonna. I don't know how you learn out from that pasuk exactly, but they're gonna harav yoledus yachtov. They're gonna give birth together. Liglig alav oisei Talmud. So that Talmud laughed at it. There's nothing new under the sun. So how could it be the lady's gonna have a baby every day? I'm going to show you an example in this world. He showed him a rooster, hen, right? That lays eggs every day. So you see a rooster, a hen, does it every day. So why can a woman also have a baby every day? He said, trees are going to give up fruit when Mashiach comes every day. Going to lift up the branches and going to make a pri. Just like a branch is every day, so a pri is also every day. He said the same question. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm going to show you an example in this world. He showed him the tzlaf, which is, what do we call it, tzlaf? The caper bush. Right? Anybody remember the caper bush? Okay. Anyways, I don't know what a caper bush is, but I just remember the type.
It's like you picked something that we don't even know the English translation.
I only remember because it's the caper bush. I have no idea what it is. But anyway, so that's something that grows. I guess the stuff grows.
Good, they're very spicy. It's like a little tiny olive.
Is that so?
More like
throw it in omelets or whatever. Yeah.
More like a pickle.
Okay, I hear. So I guess they must grow very fast. I guess somebody should Google that and see. Not now, learn. But anyways, Basu, Yosefim Gamliel, V'Kadosh, Asida Eretz Yisrael, Shetitzik, Luskois, Uklei Melas. Eretz Yisrael is you're going to end up growing loaves of bread, right? And clothing. The clothing is just going to grow straight out of the ground, and so will the bread. Shenamar Yi Pisas Bar Ba'aretz. There's going to be Pisas, that's bread, Bar Ba'aretz, and Bar has to do with clothing. So Ligla, I don't know why, but that's what it is. Ligla Galov, Isaac Talmud, Bamra, Inko Chodesh Tachas Hashem. So the same smart guy asked the same question. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm going to show you an example in this world. Nafak Achvi like me in a picture. I showed him mushrooms, right, which grow from the ground. It's a readily grows from. It doesn't. I mean, it grows from the air, really. And they eat melas nibra bar kara. And he showed him melas nibra bar kara. What's bar kara is what do you call it? Rashi says it's sieve. There's a word. Silk, maybe?
Decals. That's that green stuff that grows around the decal trees.
Well, okay, so what's the name of that?
I forgot.
Not like
We had it a few
thing.
already. You can make something out of it, like a tent. You can make out of it or whatever.
Right,
It's strong
I
enough.
thought it was like silk, but I guess silk
Is it a moss?
Good. Moss?
No, it's stronger than moss.
Moss in the water.
Mhm.
Say, yeah. I don't know. Bast. Okay, our school says bast.
Of a young palm harvest.
When a palm
From
harvest
a palm
begins to
tree.
grow, it's encased in a wool-like natural sheathing.
Right, so
known
something that
as
has
bast.
clothing. It's meaning it's like almost ready to wear. You can make clothing right out of it straight away. You don't have to start sewing and weaving and all that type of stuff. Okay, Torah. We're going to try and go another Amud. Yeah. Torah. I did famous Gemara here, right? A person should be humble like Hillel V'al Yikaptim K'Shamay, and don't be somebody who's makbid like Shamay. Ma'aseh b'shnei b'nei Adam. There was a story with two b'nei Adam. Shehimru zeh. They bet each other. Amru called me Hillel Yitol Talmei says whoever can tick off Hillel more gets 400 zuz. Amar Echon Mehem Ani Eknatinu. I'm going to go tick him off. I say Yom Erev Shabbos. It was Friday. Hillel Chavav is right. Hillel was doing his hair, meaning he was taking a shower covered Shabbos, or at least doing his hair covered Shabbos. Halach Vavar al Pesach Beisai. So this guy went and passed the doorway of Hillel. Amar Mikan Hillel. Mikan Hillel. So is Hillel here? Is Hillel here? And Sataf Yotzel Krosai. So he wrapped himself up and he went out to speak to this guy. Amar B'ni Ma'atam Avakish. He said, "Son, what do you want?" Amar Sheli Yeshli Yishul. I have a question. Amar Shal B'ni Shal. Ask. How come people's from Bavel's heads are pointy? You asked a great question. Because they don't have midwives who are smart, so they don't know exactly how to get their head out easily. So therefore, they end up with pointy heads. The guy left, and then he waited an hour. He did the same thing. Where's Hillel? Where's Hillel? And Satif. So Hillel wrapped himself up across and he went out to call him. What do you want? I have a question to ask. Ask. And truth is, how come Chinese people or Oriental's eyes are, how do you call it? Pointy, not pointy. Whatever.
Our scroll says round.
Round?
That's what our scroll says.
Yeah.
He also says it's talking about an area in Syria. So I don't know.
Talmudai, it says by Hanukkah. I don't know if it's a connection or not.
I don't know. It says somewhere in the Syrian desert, an area known as Palmyra.
Okay.
In the introduction to the Talmud, Talmudian is over there.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
Rashi here says rakos.
They're soft.
Yeah.
I thought it always meant like Chinese.
I also thought so.
But art school says round?
Yeah.
You serious?
It says are especially round.
Why is it the eyes of Cambodians?
Okay, I don't know. I thought it always meant. Okay, whatever it is. So he said, my son, he asked a good question. They should because they live by the sand. He went and waited an hour. Mikan Hillel. The Satif Yatzel across this, the same thing. Amalei Bini Matam Bavakish, Amalei Sheli Yeshu Lishal, Amalei Shal Bini Shal. But Imara Glanchal Afrikim Rechavis, how come Africans' feet are wide? Amalei Bini Sheli Gdala Shalti, you asked a good question. Because they live in between rivers or whatever, right? Something in the water, so therefore they're always going on. They were always going on these rocks or whatever to flatten out their feet. They didn't go with shoes. He said, I have many questions asked, but I'm afraid maybe I'm going to make you upset. He wrapped himself up and sat down in front of him. Hillel sat himself down and said, whatever questions you have to ask, ask. So he said to him, are you the Nasi of Klal Yisrael? Hillel, Amalei Hain. Amalei Im Atahu. If that's the case, then there shouldn't be more of you in Klal Yisrael. Why do you say this? Why are you saying that there should be less of me in the world? Because you lost my bet of 400 zuz, so therefore I don't want anybody like you. It says you should be careful in your ruach. Right? It's Kedai Hillel that you should lose on his behalf 400 zuz. The right? It's better that you should lose all your money than that it shouldn't be that Hillel should be makbid, because it's not a good thing to be makbid. Yeah? Fine. And we continue with these stories. He came from Shammai. How many Torahs do you have? We have 2 Torahs. Torah Shebiksav and Torah Shebal Peh. Right? Amarle Shebiksav Ani Mamincha v'Shebal Peh Ani Mamincha. Torah Shebiksav I believe. Shebal Peh I don't believe. Gaireni, make me into a ger. I only want to become a ger that you teach me the written Torah. Garbai v'Haitzi ben Azifa. So he got upset at him and he threw him out with anger. Right? That's what Shammai did. He came in front of Hillel and he made him to a ger. Aleph Beis Gimel Daled. On the first day of teaching the ger, he taught him Aleph Beis Gimel Daled. The next day he switched it and he taught him the opposite. Well, this Chalukei Deis is exactly what he taught him. Did he teach it Daled Gimel Beis Aleph? Did he teach him from the other end? Sof, Shin, Reish, that way. Yes, that he didn't tell this to me. Aren't you relying on me to teach you the Torah Shebiksav? Right? So you have to rely on me for the Torah Shebal Peh, meaning this only way to learn Torah Shebiksav is if I explain it to you. So obviously you're relying on me. So if you're relying on me for this, to teach you the Torah Shebiksav, you have to rely on me for the Torah Shebal Peh too. Right? So therefore he became again. Shuv Ma'aseh ben Achri Echad Shebal Lefnei Shammai. There was another story that a Nachri came in front of Shammai. Amalek Yarni, make me into a ger. Amanashatamandeni Kol HaTorah Kula. Keshani Omer HaRegel Achas. I want you to teach me the whole Torah when I'm standing on one foot. Dachu ba'amas abinyan shebeyadoi. He had like a ruler in his hand. He pushed him away. Shammai pushed him away. Ba'alefnei Hillel, Gairei. But he came in front of Hillel, and Hillel made him to a ger. Amalei da'aloch sani l'chaver l'savid. Zuhi Kol HaTorah Kula. V'idach perushahu. And the rest is an explanation. Zil Gemara. He told him basically, whatever you don't want to be done, don't do to your friend. Whatever you don't want to be done to yourself, don't do to your friend. And the rest of the Torah is just a pirush on that, meaning basically just be nice to your friend.
That's why you should down with a minion.
What?
That's why you should down with a minion.
You should not down with a minion when it's going to help your friend.
I want to down with a minion.
I know, but you got to do it for your friend. Yeah. Shuv Maisa. Achari Beis HaMedrash v'Shama Kol Sofer. So there was another guy who was passing Beis HaMedrash and he heard him say, these are the begadim that you make for the kohen, chayshin, ephod, meals, etc., etc. Amar halol lemi. Who do these clothing go to? Amar le kohen go to. Goes to kohen go to. Amar oisab nachru atzma elach v'izkar b'sheisimuni kohen go to. So I'm going to go become a ger on condition you make me into kohen go to. Balafnei Shammai. He came in front of Shammai. Amar le girani almanasha tirusena kohen go to. Make me into a ger on condition that I become a kohen go to. Dachu ba'amas abini. He pushed him away with his ruler. Shabiyade balafnei Hillel gairei. And he came in front of Hillel and he made him to a ger. So Hillel made him a ger and then told him, We can't make you into a kohen gadol until you learn all the laws of like the king. You can't make a king unless you teach a guy how to be a king, right? And he went and he started learning. They started learning Kivan Shegia Vazara Karev Yumas, right? Since he got to the pasuk that says a zar, a stranger that comes into the base of Mikdash, Yumas is going to die. Amar le Mikrazeh Almi Nemar. Who is that pasuk talking about? A zar? Mordechai. He's by the door. He didn't come inside. Okay, didn't come inside. Amar le Afilu al David Melech Yisrael. Even on David Melech Yisrael cannot become a kohen gadol because he's not a kohen. And also, I say, Ger Kavacher Vatzmi, he made a Kavacher. So, Ma Yisrael Shenikul Ban on the Makom. If Klal Yisrael, they considered sons of the Mesa of the Makom of Hashem, Umitach Avashavim Karalim Beni Bechar Yisrael. And because of the love, they called them by son the Bechar Yisrael. Ksiv Aleim Vazar Karev Yumas, and it still says even though the Klal Yisrael so loved to Hashem, they still can't become a kohen gadol if they're not kohen. And Ger Akal Shabav Makle Bertamila Allah Kama. A ger who comes with his stick and his bag is in a kol shekin that I can't become a kohen gadol. Balafnei Shammai, right? So he came in front of Shammai. Amalei klum roy ani liyas kohen gadol. V'lo yiksib b'torah v'azara karev yumas. He came in front of Shammai, and he said to him, "Can I be a kohen gadol?" It says in Hazara karev yumas. Balafnei Hillel amalei anvusan Hillel yinuchul lebrachas al roish chashek ravtani tachas kamfi yeshchina. But Hillel, because of you. Because you were patient with me, so therefore I became a yid. Meaning, he went to Shammai. Shammai just pushed him away. Says, no way you can become a kohen gadol. Hillel took him, taught him, and then he saw to him by himself that he can't become a kohen gadol. So the Yom is davgu shloshon l'makom echad. A bunch of days later, all three of them got together in one place. So Amru, meaning these three gerim. Amru kapadanusei shashamai. Because Shammai was a big makpid, he would have made us not become Jewish and be out of this world. But the Hanivas of Hillel made us go under the Shechina. Right? Fine. Okay, I guess we should stop here. It's a lot long daf in here. Okay, so
I once said a
want to tell you something.
What do you want to say?
From Daf Lamed, you stopped. You thought I was going to say something. I thought I have something from Reb Shlomo. They wouldn't touch him. So Reb Shlomo, remember, told us, when these guys would, like the word you use, which is a great word, clowns. When the clowns from the White Shul played golf for Rabbi Pelkowitz. So they pat him on the shoulder and say, Rabbi, you shot a great 9, back 9, whatever. Shlomo said if somebody would have ever dared to touch Rav Talushkin, 3 pushcart pedals would have jumped on the guy and knocked him on the floor, to touch the Rav, Rav. So that's mamish what you're saying over here. Nobody wanted to touch Rav Tan.
100%, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I actually have a shtickle tire on this Gemara. It was actually about Tati. I set it over by Moshe Dev's bris.
Yeah.
If you want, I could send it to you.
Why not?
Actually, it goes to explain Pshat and Shammai also. But anyway.
Okay, what's a Pshat? You don't want to say it now?
I don't even remember. My brother-in-law actually just...
Daf is 8:15 tomorrow night, Mr. Shem?
Daf is 8:15 tomorrow night, Mr. Shem, yeah.
Okay.
We're doing more to make up for Yom Tov.
Yes, we are. We're trying to make up for Yom Tov.
I know, but can we have a share on Wednesday? I'm saying Wednesday, what do you do after beer chametz? The whole day. You can't go to the mikvah.
You want to know what I do?
You answer. You go to beer. You go to. What do you do after beer? You do
after Mechila. I'm okay. I'm on my phone all day, but I've been on my phone all day today too. So
I'm saying Wednesday afternoon. We shouldn't have a share 2-3 o'clock.
Maybe. Let's see how far we get.
Oh, Tiago, I emailed you my Mechiras chametz.
I didn't see it yet. Okay.
I sent it to T.Y. Stein at Yahoo.
Okay.
Is that a normal email?
Yes, it is.
I sent it right when I sat down for the share.
Okay.
I sent you a text a little while ago also, Yaakov.
I answered you.
You did?
Yeah.
You did. Sorry.
No, I did it right before the share.
Okay. There you go. See, I'm not looking at my phone.
Baruch Hashem, I'm very happy to hear.
Shkoyach.
How many texts do you have now to answer?
I'm not going to say.
Really?
I'm not going to say. If you want, I'll text you my final notifications thing later. What?
More text because of Corona, or